Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to be discussing this topic today. I've gotten questions since like October when I began talking about leaving formal employment, doing my own thing. So I'm very excited to finally be addressing it in a video because I kept promising people who ask me, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do a proper video where we discuss, the process, all the da. We're going to get into all that stuff. Also, don't forget to subscribe because you're already here, right? So I'm hosting a really wonderful, phenomenal woman who is on this journey with me, and I thought that it would be great to just get different sides of this experience, this whole process, so that we can give you guys our 2 cents, I know just what it's been like for us and maybe what we've learned so far. And the good things and the bad things, all that stuff, Let's get into the video. Okay guys, so I'm here with my wonderful guest, Rebecca Nanjego. I'm not going to introduce her mob. I'm just going to let her tell us who she is, what she's about, all those nice things. Hi Rebecca, welcome.
Thank you,
Fiona.
To
my channel. I'm so excited. We've talked about this for so long.
Yeah.
Like Rebecca and I have known each other for a while now, actually.
Yes.
Just from the content creation space.
Yeah.
And we've always wanted, we've done other things together, but I've wanted to have her on my channel for a while. Anyway, let's not ramble. Tell us.
I'm so excited. First of all, I'm all about good vibes.
That's the truth.
That's it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I am a multi-passionate entrepreneur. So my main focus is to help women just be the best version of themselves, mentally and physically, through my various entrepreneurial ventures.
And there are many.
There are many.
But give us a snapshot. Give us a snapshot of some of these things that you do.
Okay. So I run a safe space for women called Swap and Talk. I also have a podcast called Connectivity. And I have a thrift shop which helps women with style and look good and all that. Yeah.
And we love to look good here.
Yeah.
We love it. Okay, so that's Rebecca. She's a creative, she's an entrepreneur, she's the queen of good vibes, surely. And she's so artistic, you guys. Anyway, I'll leave her link to her Instagram if you want to be wowed visually.
Thank you.
Don't miss out. So I have like some talking points for us because there's a way creatives, or maybe just people, there's a way we can ramble.
Facts.
We will go for a meeting and talk about one thing. So I have a couple of talking points, around the questions that you guys have asked me in the past couple of months, which I know also Rebecca gets, those similar questions, so that you can just give you a well-rounded discussion on the topic of transitioning from formal employment to self-employment, which is where we both are right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the kind of formal employment that you used to be in.
I was working in advertising, specifically a casting agency.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool, by the way. I feel like you're one of the few people who've had that opportunity to, like, you transitioned from a space that was already on some level creative,
yes,
and then into a fully creative space.
For sure.
That's really cool because for me, as you guys know, do you know when you say formal, the other one, because some of you may know that I did law, I talk about it often, so I've worked in a law firm, I've been a civil servant, like, do you know, zero creativity, 0.0, so for me, it was really a leap over it, Okay, so now, how long were you in formal employment?
5 years.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, for me it was, it's so weird, I'm just realizing now that I've never really counted how long. But because I'm a little bit older than Rebecca, like a year old.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Making 29 this year.
Oh, okay, yeah, because me I'm 30.
Yeah.
Like 31. Anyway, let me see. So I've done formal employment since, because after my postgrad, I think like maybe 6.
Yeah,
maybe 6 years, around 6 years.
Yeah.
So not the same actually. And so this is a big one. Did you up and leave, or was your process gradual?
It was gradual, but mentally. Do you
Okay,
understand? Like I was setting up myself, all these side hustles I had already, and I was building with I was godless. I kept building. Like the thrift shop actually was paying me more than my job at the time.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'd started the Swap and Talk event. So I was already, like, gradually, I knew that at some point I'd have to leave for formal employment. But I didn't expect to leave then, right? It's just that I wanted a pay rise and it did not come. And then I was like, actually, why am I asking for a pay rise? And yet I'm actually making more money here. And I've been really being pulled by my creative pursuits. So why don't I just go? And and then I up and left.
So it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It was gradual, but also maybe
Yeah.
not at the time that you thought. Like you hadn't
Yeah.
like planned, this is the time. That's amazing because, but anyway, I mean, because obviously all of us want to make money. That's a primary concern for every person.
Yeah.
Because how shall we live?
Yeah.
So I can get that. Like I get that specifically because even me, because I was in civil service before I got into got into self-employment. And not to say that all civil service is like that, but my job was not very well paying. And I remember, when I also started doing my other good things, social media, then people start approaching me to do a little bit of work.
Yeah.
And then you also start thinking, maybe I can turn this aspect of this into a revenue stream. And I was like, but hold on. So I can actually make more than I'm making in this other place. And then just seeing that I was investing so much time and energy in my job, and it wasn't like, I felt like I was giving it more than I was getting. And I was like, what? Like, you keep on asking yourself, and you stay there. Meanwhile, you stay 1 year. You're like, but why? So for me, it was truly, it took a long time, a very long time. But I did know, like in the back of my mind, I knew this is not my forever.
Yeah.
It's not my forever. I remember telling people that I'm not giving this job more than 5 years of my life. Because I just felt like, more than 5? For what? Where am I going? Like, where is it truly taking me? When you try to picture your future, like, do you feel like what you're doing is improving you?
Okay.
That improvement.
It
was not there for me. I was not feeling it.
And leave that alone. Leave that improvement alone. Have 5 years of your life ever gone by so fast? And then you look back and say, but like, what did I achieve?
As in, hold on.
Hold on.
Where did it all go?
Where did it all go? Like, why did I achieve?
Yeah.
And then you realize that actually most of the money you make, you're actually spending.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're spending it.
It's
and
true.
You're like, for 5 years, what did I achieve? And on top of not achieving much, then, of course, commitments. You can't see family and friends. You can't do things that you love to do. You do not have time to water your creative juices.
Yeah.
You're like, this could turn into 10 years.
But by the way,
and 20 years. And
very easily. It can very easily pass you by. And I know that someone watching this is feeling it, because even me, I would hear people talking about this. I'm like, that's me. That's me. I am the one.
Me too.
Because time flies so quickly. You blink and it's like 4 years of your life. You're like, but is this what I want?
Yeah.
Am I growing?
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the question. Just like, for me it was definitely gradual. I was doing things, but I couldn't pour into these other things that I loved. I had to pour, because of course my work hours were crazy. It was a labor. Like I wanted, but where was the time?
Where was
It's
the
not
time?
there. So I just planned. Actually, for me, it was more like, like how far you go to a point and you're like, okay, I'm not getting the pay raise I want. Where don't I go? But for me, I actually planned. I remember I was there, last year was 2020. So in 2019, I was like, in June of 2020, I'm leaving. But then COVID came. Then I was like, okay, COVID is here with us. And of course, we were all on lockdown. We're not working, what, from early last year. But because I was in civil service, I was still getting paid. So like, in truth, I stayed because I was like, let me receive this paycheck until
Smart.
until lockdown ends. And when it did, I really did leave. Like I literally was there for maybe a month, and just for the process of work, serving, your notice, and then I was out that door. So that's what the process looked like for me.
But also, because you're more organized. You guys, Fiona is more organized in life. Like, the chick plans. She's always on time, plans her day. Of course, she had to plan that in June 2020, I will leave. What?
yeah, I can't even lie. I'm
Special.
so
You're so special.
I
love it.
But I think that's why, like, I gravitate towards people who are different from me, because we just like add to each other in aspects that I can't hack.
Yeah.
And you know, you get
It's a
those things of
beautiful
opposites.
dance. Yeah.
It's really nice. Okay, so okay, you said for you your process was gradual, but also then at the end it kind of changed.
Yeah.
But when you were like in your mind, when you were thinking, okay, I'm going to eventually move into self-employment, what did your planning? Of course, I'm talking about planning. What did your planning like look like? Because of course there's rent, there's all these things we have to pay for. I mean, as we live alone, I feel like we should have another video about that. Just like, yeah, that's another video idea. It's such a wonderful topic. I love to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, we have all these personal expenses and then of course other expenses. What was your planning process of, okay, now I'm going to leave a monthly salary and start doing my own things?
Fiona. So already I was making more with a thrift shop. And I was like, naturally, now that I have time, I will be able to shop more, and then it will translate into more money, and then I'll be able to pay. But I also had a bit of savings. So I was like, kawa. At least for the past 6 months, I'm set.
Yeah.
What I did not foresee was COVID. What I did not foresee was COVID with the market being closed. I didn't ever think window market would close. Like,
Right?
what? It's
Some
not something that,
places
that you think about, that this market will close. What do you mean? Like it will shut down? No, I didn't prepare for that.
Yeah.
So what happened is I resigned in February, and then the lockdown, all that stuff started in March, just like after. So my plans were out of the window, but thank God I had savings. That's what pushed me through.
Yeah. Oh, amen to savings, you guys. Truly, because even me, savings, I remember we're even having a discussion about this on Twitter sometime, and everyone's journey is so different. You never want to say that, oh, because this didn't work for me, it can't work for you. Everybody's really different. But for me, Banangi, that kind of thing of saving, it was like put money aside. Recently I was even hearing Sheila and Dinda talking about how she made her, like what it took for her to maintain her salon business during lockdown. And she was saying how she saved money. She had saved a lot of money, so she could still afford to pay her employees, all these things. Saving, you guys. Actually, that's another video. Financial, whatever.
It cannot be overstated.
It cannot, like, because when you have expenses, my friend, you cannot just wake up and not have savings. So, I mean, for me, it was also similar. There was definitely the saving. I mean, I was fortunate that by the time lockdown came, I was still in my job, so I still had some money coming in. So at least I'm like, oh, I can pay rent, what, It was there, it was moving. But I think also, like many people, it also lockdown had its small things that it added, like gave me time to also transition into, what's my life going to look like when I'm only doing this, what does my creativity look like? How much more will I be putting in and all of that? But saving, anyway, I've even said the word many times. Saving is really everything. Those first 6 months, when you're still figuring stuff out, there's so many things you don't know. It doesn't matter, by the way, how much of an education you get. Nothing prepares you for real life. It's different from when you're reading books. And then when you're actually there and you are your own boss. Different story. Okay. So now, once you were out of formal employment, how did you feel?
Free, like I could breathe easily. Oh my God, Fiona. Like I could breathe. That's one of the things that I'm never willing to give up.
Amen.
Never ever willing to give up. Just like, you mean I can decide? Because you know what happens is you're born, your parents tell you what to do. Then you go to school, it's the same thing. University is the same thing. Then right on, you get to a boss. And you have employment, and you have all these structures. For the very first time in my life, I think I was 27, I was like, you mean this is possible? I could not believe I could breathe easy. I could be like, okay, I'm going to wake up at this time, do this at this time. That was freeing. The freedom.
I can really relate. It's I had never experienced that, like just the freedom to do what I have planned. It was amazing because I mean, it's not just us, it's so many people. in Uganda, I don't want to speak for the rest of the, but I'm sure it happens in so many places that you grow up in a setting where you're being told who you need to be.
Right.
I keep telling people, like, I always think about how, because I love books, I love to read, and for some reason, people thought that means law, for sure. You know those funny things that we have in our society, Bambi. Why you like this, so that means you must become this. And yet I never loved law. It was not for me. I made so many decisions based on what everybody was telling me is the best. Oh no, but and then the pressures of being a firstborn and all. You just spend quite a lot of time doing things for others. You know, choosing. Oh, mother and father have said this, and of course, then they're coming from a good place because that's what they know. Yeah. So leaving, it was scary for sure. I think if anyone says they were not a little bit scared, I don't know if that is the truth, but there's always that, okay, whoa, this is huge.
Yeah.
Like, this is huge. Yeah. But I remember even by the time I talked to my parents, I had already resigned.
What?
God, I wonder they'll watch this. By the time I talked to them, I had already signed the papers, submitted. I was in my notice period. So by the time I told them, because I didn't tell them I've left, I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm leaving, da, 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 da. But they took it better than I expected them to take it a little bit well, because it's just like, I was already grown. Like, I did this when I was what? 30 already, I was like, what many things are they going to tell me? Surely I have grown. If I was 22, 23, it would have been a different story. That there would have been more, no, this. But it was like, for them it was like, anyway, you've done all you can do in all these other things that we wanted for you.
Yeah.
If you really feel that's it.
Such a blessing.
I was
such
like,
a gift.
Oof. I know time really changes things.
Sure.
It changes things, but yeah. Okay, let's leave that thing quiet because we shall talk about it the whole day. We know ourselves. Okay. So, how did your family, your friends, your bae, like, how did the people around you take it when you left?
First of all, actually. My dad was a bit skeptical. He was like, are you sure? But also he might tell me left. He was like, are you sure? But I was like, yeah. But I think the thing that got them to just be so supportive is I've always been a go-getter. Always been a go-getter. So they're like, if anyone can manage you, that one, it's fine.
It is you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And I remember it was actually really rough because when I was thinking about leaving, my housemate left and then rent was increased. Oof. And I remember I was going to look for a house that was smaller, that did not represent anything that I stand for. And Bay was like, you know what, sis? No, not sis. What? No. No, I'm not friend-zoning myself. I'm sorry. No. So Bay was like, you know what? No. If it means us moving in together or like whatever little money, I will contribute until you get your feet on the ground. And that was like, okay, then I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, so that was such a gift. Still.
I think just like talking about your bae is it's such a testament to how much support you need around you when you're making a big life change. It makes it so much easier when there are people uplifting you, telling you, no, it's okay, I'm going to help you, I believe in you, those words.
I believe in you, you can do it.
Those words can make you wake up in the morning and you're ready to go.
Yeah, I can be saying.
I know, right? So I already told you guys, I told my parents before, and they took it, pretty well, and I think the people around me, at least the people like in my inner circle, knew that was something that was coming. They knew it was coming. I'll be telling you, for you guys, no, this isn't it for me. I don't know when, but a time is coming. So they weren't too surprised, and they were supportive, they did what they could to help me transition, even just those messages of, I'm here and I'm seeing what you're doing, keep going, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's everything. Obviously not everybody supports. Okay, let's be real.
Let's be real.
There's, even recently, we had like a family thing. and then there's those aunties. I don't know what it is about African aunties. Me, I don't know. I even sometimes feel I'm like, but I'm also going to become an African auntie. I hope our story will have changed by then.
God help us, right?
African aunties will... Oh, so you mean you're no longer in civil service? You left a good job. And now you're doing what? You're working for yourself. Anyway, but you will see that like... How could you do such a thing? So of course those negative voices are there.
Yeah.
But I think like those inner circle people who are propelling you forward, they mean everything.
They mean everything.
They really mean everything. And I think also what helped me is I was in a really good space mentally. I mean, I was single, I wasn't dating or anything. I was just very comfortable with myself. I was having a great time with just me. So I just had like some kind of inner peace. I was kawa as a person, because it really does have to start from you before even anybody else can help you.
True.
So I think that really, really helped.
True.
Okay, so what were those first 6 months like?
Honestly, because there was COVID. Because there was COVID and there was not much I could do. It was just freedom and what is it called? When you have to rework your plan.
Okay, like re-strategize.
Re-strategize. It was a lot of, oh, now I can do all this. You mean like that discovery of self, what to do with my time. Okay, let me try waking up at midday and sleeping at 4. How is that? Okay, let me do this. Like, that was it. And then I had to re-strategize a lot for like the businesses and what I would tweak, and so that was the first 6 months.
Okay.
How about for you?
I can relate because there's a lot of because you can plan, and planners, this, you can plan, but when you're there are a lot of things you have to rework, just like you're saying. You get to this and you're like, oh, no, actually I can't do this way, this doesn't fit into what I'm trying to build, so there you have to come up with a different plan. So there's definitely a lot of everything, and also even more planning, to be honest, like, okay, what is the year going to look like? There was definitely a lot of that. There was a lot of learning, a lot of mistakes. Me, I lost money. There were so many learning experience, even learning how to pick yourself up after you make a loss. Friend. It's not a joke. You can sit on your bed and you want to cry. Or you cry.
You actually cry.
And you're like, I've lost money. There's a lot of highs and lows. Yeah. Some very high highs and some very low lows before it became a little bit more stable. Yeah. So you've been in self-employment for now a whole year. Yay! So I mean that's way longer than me. So I just want to know, a year later, what's it like?
Let me tell you. It begins with you, it ends with you.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty with self-employment, with entrepreneurship, is there is no ceiling. There is no ceiling to what you can do. There is no ceiling to how much you can earn. Like there is just possibilities. Everything can turn into something.
Yeah.
Right? So what I know now is like a self-work, the one that I used to do before is I just have to 10x it.
True.
Because the real investment is with me and my mind and what I put in my body and what I my money habits, all of that. Because if you are in a place with no ceiling, you don't have to ask anybody for permission to do what you want to do. Nobody is telling you this is the cap of what you can earn. Maybe we'll increase your salary in 3 years. And you can see that actually I can onboard new customers and then get more money and then get more and more money. And then, right, there is no ceiling. So I'm in that place of just realizing, okay, I have all the answers inside me. I just need to get to that place of quiet.
Yeah.
And align my work with my entire being.
Yeah.
And then, that's where I'm at.
Whew. Yeah. You've spoken a word. Actually need some time to analyze. Because me, it's only been, how many months at this? October, November. It's been 4 or 5 months, something like that. So it's been a short time for me, but I definitely understand that thing of just, there's no ceiling. And it's a good thing, and it's also very challenging.
Yes.
Because you have to be so much more disciplined.
Oh God.
Like, at least that's been my experience. Because in my job, there's someone who is telling you da 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 da. But now I work for myself. If I want, I can sleep the whole day. If I want, I can sleep the whole day.
True.
If like you can, it's very easy to just be there. So you have to like self-motivate. So you have to sit there and come up with the ideas and build the plan. There's a lot of one-man teamness in the beginning. Like just this, you know, you really have to be your own. I don't know, CEO, secretary,
accountant.
You're just, you know, even just like talking about money habits. You guys, you have to learn how to manage your money, how to know where this is going here. There's so much discipline to learn. I am really still learning. It really freaks me out sometimes. I'm like, Banangi, do I have what it takes? You know, sometimes but I believe in you. What you're like, but
yes, you do. You do.
Amen. Okay. But yeah, those moments of can I are definitely still there, and I don't think they ever really stop anyway.
No.
But you have to keep bringing yourself back.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your advice? Like, just what do you have to say to the person out there who is thinking about it, or who is just curious about transitioning? What's, you know, what do you have to say? You as Rebecca.
Guys, money is important. Let nobody ever tell you. Creative work is important and all of that, but money actually is important.
Yep.
So plan, save, have like a side thing, start transitioning, right? Otherwise, if anything, 2020 taught us that actually shit can happen. You get it? The money can actually stop. Whether you're working, whether you're not, like it can stop. So save and then transition. But another thing is, if you know in your heart that your whole being does not belong where you are, that something is calling you outside, guys, we're not getting a second life in this life. We're not getting another chance. This is all we have. Like, your life is so vast. You have everything that God has. Like, you have sprinkles of just greatness and magic within you. And so you should lean in and create systems and steps to go and explore that. Our life is so short, and you should give yourself that chance to explore. Yeah.
How about you? I hope you're clapping there where you guys are. Clap. What a beautiful message. I feel like even I'll just end up saying the same things.
Yes.
I mean, obviously money is such an important factor. It's so important for us to get an education about financial well-being and how to manage these things. Whether or not you're in self-employment, by the way, learn how to make your money work for you. You know, even if you're getting I don't know how many millions in your job, what are you doing with those millions to make hundreds of millions? Are we building generational wealth? We need to stop these things of our grandfather was rich, but us we are just our grandfather used to be moving around the world. We need to build generational wealth for our children and our children's children to enjoy. So money is such a big deal. And also, man, you guys do what you love. Life is it's so precious, and you really never get to do another one. Whatever you love, do it. Do it. If you love the law, go and be the baddest lawyer you can possibly be. Kick ass. If you love to paint, become the best version of a painter that you possibly can be. Pour into the things you love, because you guys, this life is just one. Like, when you're 30 now, this is the only 30 you'll ever get. It will not come back. Do you know what I mean? There's no redos. Like, you don't get to live this year again or the other year again. So whatever you have now, do the absolute most and be happy. Like, I choose happiness every day, because you guys suffering for what? Please be happy. Choose joy. Choose it daily.
Yeah.
That is my message. And yeah, otherwise I'll talk the whole day.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yes.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Rebecca and you guys, please do check out her Instagram page. She's a wonderful creator, a wonderful, spirit to connect with. She loves to connect with people, which is what she's also doing on her podcast. When you get a minute, check her out. let me tell you, and I don't recommend bad things. You will really enjoy her content and all the things that she's about, because it's one of those things, when you're getting older and you feel, but I don't know if I'll make other friends, but you meet some people and you connect and you're like, oh, you mean I can still make a friend? Because Rebecca is we don't talk every day, even weeks pass and we don't talk. But I know when I need something, I can call her and be like, by the way, sis, there's this thing,
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful actually to have met someone like you this late in life. And I know, I guess you really, you don't know. You'll be thinking you're finished, but then you don't know. You really don't know. Yeah, so thank you so much for coming and sharing your everything with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Guys,
a blast.
Guys, it doesn't stop here. Go to Connectivity and listen to more from Rebecca. Thank you guys for joining us today. We had a great time. Yes. Leave your questions in the comments section. Hit us up, whatever you want to discuss. If you feel like maybe there's another discussion you want us to have, you also let us know. And subscribe for the channel, because sis is looking for rent.
You're already here.
You have come. Yeah, I think that's it from us today. But have you seen Rebecca's blazer? Isn't it beautiful? And I'll get thrift shop. Okay, bye guys. Bye.